It's hard to believe that it's been over a year since we learned of the Idaho4 murders. This is about 4 University of Idaho students that were killed in their off-campus housing on the outskirts of the University of Idaho on November 13th in the early morning hours between 4 a.m. and 4:25 a.m. This case perplexed and confused many people that had been following it from the very beginning. So much so that a lot of people speculated who may be responsible for the slaying of these 4 students. However, on December 30th, we learned of the person responsible, or who the state of Idaho believes is responsible for the slaying. His name is Bryan Kohberger. Bryan Kohberger was a PhD student at Washington State University, and it was very perplexing to many people involved how this stranger could have murdered these victims in their sleep. We learned through the affidavit that he had been to this property at 1122 King Road 12 different occasions prior to the incident of November 13th. As I said, we went to this community. Many know that Chronicles of Olivia and myself made 2 tours to this area for a significant amount of time to learn about the case, learn about the victims, and learn about the people of interest involved in this case. As soon as we arrived on this location, we knew that the person that was responsible for this heinous crime was none of the people we were looking at. This case has wound up in a tailspin that has captured this nation and around the world because many people cannot grasp why these 4 students lay dead. There's been a lot of controversy surrounding this home, the home these 4 students thrived in, lived in, enjoyed life in, and had the university experience in. Just recently, around December, we learned the fate of the home. And as heartbreaking as it is, we realized the university wanted it to go. And there is still a killer that is responsible for the 4 slain people inside. This was a very difficult case to cover, and our hearts broke for all the victims' families, and all of their friends. The students that went to the university were shocked by the revelation of 4 students being slain in their sleep. It scared many parents across the country that had children going to the University of Idaho. It is heartbreaking that the University of Idaho decided to demolish this home, the last remaining piece of evidence against Bryan Kohberger, and many people's heart broke. This case will forever change many people, many students, and many faculty members' lives. Many people from across the world also felt the pain of this loss. 4 beautiful students gone entirely too soon, and we still don't even know why. Since this time, the house has been scheduled for demolition, breaking many people's hearts. I have to think the world cried the day that this house was being demolished. Many people believe this house should have stood until after the trial. The university came out and told the world that it was the community that it needs to heal. It was the students that need to heal. But is it really? Because when I looked into their allegations that the community and students wanted this house removed, I could not find a single post, a single demand, or a lot of letters coming to their university demanding the removal of this home. As a matter of fact, a lot of legal professionals came out and actually campaigned against the removal of this home. Never mind that 3 of the 4 families begged the university not to demo this home. They know it needs to come down but they really wanted to make sure it waited until after trial. So there was a lot of heartbreak, a lot of cries across this world, demanding this house stay where it was. Yet here we are, as we mourned the loss of this home, because we know this is the biggest piece of evidence in this case. We seek justice for the victims. We seek justice for Kaylee Goncalves. We seek justice for Maddie Mogen. We seek justice for Xana Kernodle. And we seek justice for Ethan Chapin. This is a sad day that we have to realize the destruction of 1122 King Road. Again, the biggest piece of evidence against Bryan Kohberger. It was a sad day as we watched them take this house away, piece by piece. We send prayers of strength to all the victims' families, and their friends. Your sacrifice was far too great. Your children grow up, they go off to a university, and for these 4 families, the worst nightmare imaginable has come true, where their children are sent home, but they're sent home in a box. Let's never forget the true gravity of this crime and what it really took from this world. It took Kaylee Goncalves, Maddie Mogen, Ethan Chapin, and Xana Kernodle, all amazing, bright, beautiful souls that deserve to make their mark on this world. May each of them rest in peace, and may justice be swift. If you have been affected by this crime, we ask you to please seek counseling at this time. This is a hard reality for many of us, and we want everyone to be safe. As cliche as this sounds, may God have mercy on Bryan Kohberger, everlasting soul.